talking about Mika Brzezinski and Joe Scarborough. We talked briefly about them yesterday, about how they went and kissed. There's a wonderful picture of them with like orange dust around their lips. And I was like, this is a lovely picture of them. So they today came out and explained themselves. Like, actually, they defended themselves, which is weird because they're getting a lot of backlash. Let's play the clip.
I just want to say thank you, first of all, to everybody who was so kind last night, but also thank you. Willie, yesterday I saw for the first time what a massive disconnect there was between social media and the real world. Because
pause, Miz.
We were flooded with...
Pause. All right. I'm not going to say that social media is not the, I also think it's not the real world. But his world that he's talking about is not real either. So he's setting the table to say, because he got all of these calls and well wishes, that's the real world. Sir, no, you're not living in the real world either. Social media is not the real world. Neither your world is even less of the real world than Twitter. All right, keep going.
Phone calls from people all day, literally around the world. Very positive, very supportive, going, I understand what you do, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But once in a while, I would get a text or a call from someone and go, oh, man, I hope you're doing okay. And I call him back and I go, well, Eddie Glaude was one of them. I go, Eddie, are you on Twitter? And he goes, I am. I go, okay, well, I'm not. So we've had a good day. Mika just had a wonderful event. It is fantastic. We're going to do all of us are going to do the best we can do, and we're all working towards a better America.
Take it day by day.
Day by day. And again, you can predict the future by shaping the future. But the reason I wanted to talk about that 1/4 of Americans voted for Donald Trump, about 1/4 voted for Kamala Harris is there's another election in 2 years. Now, I don't care who wins and how big they win. We've seen time and again, and we talk about it. Americans go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth with their picks. If Republicans, if Donald Trump, if Republican senators put in as an attorney general somebody that 3 women have testified, I believe, if I'm correct, he had sex with an underage woman at a drug-fueled party. And what I read in the Wall Street Journal was he paid 2 other women for sex. If that is something that Republican senators and Donald Trump are okay with, there will be consequences at the voting booth 2 years from now. And of course, we always say, oh, we won. Oh, we won. We can do whatever we want. Really? Because that's what I heard a lot of Democrats saying after Barack Obama won. And 2 years later, the Tea Party came roaring into town. So I will say it again. This and other of these picks, Republicans would be smart to advise and consent. And Donald Trump would be smart to back off of them in 2 or 3 of these cases, because there are elections 2 years from now and things just won't go well.
That is, if we can have elections 2 years from now. A couple of things. As the camera pans, there's a certain civil rights leader sitting there on the stage providing coverage. Because I feel like at this point we're at war. I feel like we're at war around the issue of the soul of this country. And providing coverage as an outlet that feigns itself as, feigns being a journalistic outlet. And fair and you go and beg, and now we're hearing because Trump was threatening their finances and threatening to send the Justice Department after them. Well, what did you do? And not that you can't be hemmed up by the IRS and all of that. And yes, Trump can do that. He can do that. So they're petrified. So they're going, please don't hurt me. What a cowardice thing. Why should we be paying attention to you if you don't even have the testicular and memory fortitude to sit there and stand up for the people? You were talking that talk before the election. Now you look like somebody with no spine, number one. Then you name check Eddie Glaude. So you just put him out on Front Street. You ain't have to do that. Now we know for sure that back door, he's talking to you. Y'all are pals while he sits there and pretends to hold people accountable. He calls you to see if you're okay. You all right, boss? Boss, we sick, right? We sick.
We sick.
Oh my
Yeah,
God.
like that was definitely like my black friend called me. But like this just pinpoints the idea that the media, like when they always talk about the mainstream media, right? Like, like the liberal media versus the conservative media, like I cannot stress to you enough, people listening, the news media is designed to sell you dick pills and siding. It is not designed to give you information. And they are trying to find the best vehicle to sell you those dick pills and siding. And if that best vehicle
Wait,
is a
dick pills
conservative
and
lie,
siding?
yeah,
Like
like
siding for
house
your house?
siding.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. All right.
Yeah, dick pills and sidings. So
I
like
thought it
if
was like
people
leaf guard. I think it was dick pills and leaf guard. And I thought
and
it was
leaf guard. But I mean, that's the thing, right? People have a tendency to think, oh, I'm
bath
getting the
fitter.
news. Like if you want news, you need the most boring news you can find is probably the most accurate news, right? That's the news that you need to find because everything else is going to be sensational. Al Franken wrote about it in his book 20 some years ago, right? People talked about their liberal bias. He's like, no, the news has a sensationalist bias, right? So they're going to talk about things that are sensational, whether they are true or not, because they are looking. And even now with this clickbait, like they're going to put the headline that makes you click on it. So people, interrogate your news, right? If you hear something that confirms what you believe, look it up. If you hear something that seems too outrageous to be true, look it up. I've been a victim of that. I posted a picture that I thought they actually took of Trump where he looked like a penis. It was like him having a top hat and tails on it. It looked like it was a penis. And I thought this was just like a random picture that they took. I found out it was Photoshop. And then I took it down, right? Because that's what you do when you're responsible. So like you guys have to like don't listen to when Morning Joe, which I don't listen to, but when Morning Joe comes on and they say something, question it. Are they telling the truth? Right?
Correct. That part. More breaking news. Jesus. Smith.
I hope it's the aliens.
This is crazy.
Trump just picked Mehmet Oz to run the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services. Doctor.
Jesus, why? Tell me why?
Oprah going to hell, y'all. Oprah is going to hell.
Yo, oh, she might not go to hell. I'm not gonna put hell on though. Don't claim Oprah going to hell. She might.
I'm just saying she gave us Oz and she gave us Dr. Phil.
I understand, but she's not responsible for these horrible men. And she platformed them, yes, but at the time she did not know they were horrible. Not that I'm defending Oprah because there's enough to go around. I'm just saying she did not know at the time that they were this horrible. And Dr. Phil wants to walk it back. He's like, wait a minute, I think I made a mistake.
I don't care. He went on there and did it. Like he gave us like the Catch Me Outside girl.
Yes, he did.
I blame Oprah.
Barbie. You're right.
I blame her for that.
I see the genealogy. I see the family tree that you're creating for us right now.
Yep.
It is Oprah's fault. It is. I agree.
It's Oprah's fault.
It's her fault.
My days are cooler, nights are warmer, and I put the blame on you. Time moves slow, but my heart beats faster. When these eyes are looking right at you, you give me something to believe in, just what I needed. You're the closest.